Hey bookies! Today, we're diving into the classic novel To Kill a Mockingbird. Let's get started.
To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee is a novel set in the 1930s in the fictional town of Maycomb, Alabama. The story is told through the perspective of Scout Finch, a young girl who, along with her brother Jem, grows up under the guidance of their father, Atticus Finch. The narrative explores themes of racial injustice, morality, and the complexities of human nature. The novel's rich storytelling delves into issues of prejudice, empathy, and the loss of innocence, making it one of the most significant works in American literature. At the beginning of the story, Scout Finch, the narrator, recalls her childhood memories of growing up in Maycomb, a sleepy southern town. Scout's father, Atticus Finch, is a well-respected lawyer, and her mother passed away when she was very young. Scout and Jem are raised by their black housekeeper, Calpurnia, who plays an important role in their lives. The children are curious about the world around them, and one of the most intriguing figures in their lives is their reclusive neighbor, Boo Radley. Boo is a mysterious figure who never leaves his house, and local children are both terrified and fascinated by him. Throughout the novel, Boo's story serves as a symbol of the fear of the unknown and the importance of understanding others without prejudice. The central plot of the novel revolves around the trial of Tom Robinson, a black man accused of raping Mayella Ewell, a white woman. Atticus Finch is appointed as Robinson's defense lawyer, despite the strong racial prejudices of the time. The town of Maycomb is deeply divided over the case, and many people, including some of Atticus's closest friends, believe that Robinson is guilty simply because he is black. However, Atticus is determined to provide a fair defense, convinced that the evidence against Robinson is insufficient and that the accusation is based on lies. Throughout the trial, Scout and Jem experience firsthand the power of racial prejudice and injustice. They witness the way the town rallies against Atticus for defending Tom Robinson, and they are exposed to the cruel realities of racism. The trial itself reveals how deeply ingrained these racial divisions are in Maycomb's society. Despite Atticus's compelling defense, the all-white jury convicts Robinson, largely due to the racial prejudices of the time. This verdict shocks Scout and Jem, as they cannot understand how a man who is clearly innocent can be convicted simply because of the color of his skin. The trial becomes a turning point in their understanding of justice and morality. Parallel to the story of the trial is the children's evolving relationship with Boo Radley. As they try to understand Boo's reclusiveness, they begin to see him not as a monster but as a kind and compassionate person. The children's curiosity about Boo eventually leads to their own personal growth and understanding. One of the most powerful moments in the book occurs when Boo saves Scout and Jem from an attack by Bob Ewell, Mayella's father. Bob Ewell is angry at Atticus for defending Robinson and seeks revenge by attacking Atticus's children. Boo, who has watched over them from the shadows, emerges to protect them, killing Bob Ewell in the process. After the attack, Scout finally meets Boo and realizes that he is not the monster the children once imagined. In fact, Boo is a kind and gentle man who has been silently protecting them all along. This encounter symbolizes the novel's central theme of empathy, understanding others by stepping into their shoes. Scout, who once feared Boo, now realizes that people are often misunderstood because of their differences, and that judgment should be reserved. The novel also emphasizes the importance of moral integrity. Throughout the story, Atticus Finch serves as a moral compass, standing up for justice and fairness even when it is difficult or unpopular. He teaches his children that it is important to do what is right, even in the face of adversity. Atticus's unwavering commitment to defending Tom Robinson, despite the overwhelming prejudice in Maycomb, shows his dedication to truth and fairness. His actions contrast sharply with the cowardice and prejudice of others in the town, such as Bob Ewell, who lies about the events in order to protect his own reputation. The character of Atticus Finch has become an iconic symbol of justice and morality. He is an ideal father figure, not only because of his devotion to his children, but also because of his integrity and sense of fairness. He teaches Scout and Jem that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to do what is right, even when it is difficult or dangerous. In addition to addressing issues of racism and injustice, To Kill a Mockingbird also explores the themes of childhood innocence and moral growth. Scout and Jem start the story as naive children who see the world in simple terms, good versus bad, right versus wrong. However, through their experiences with the trial, the community's reaction to Atticus's defense of Robinson, and their interactions with Boo Radley, they begin to realize that the world is much more complex. They learn that people are not simply good or bad, but are shaped by their circumstances, fears, and prejudices. As the novel progresses, Scout matures emotionally and morally. She learns to see the world from others' perspectives, particularly in her interactions with Boo. By the end of the book, Scout has grown from a curious and headstrong child into a more thoughtful and understanding person, capable of empathy and recognizing the importance of doing what is right. One of the novel's most significant themes is the failure of the justice system to protect the innocent, particularly people of color. The trial of Tom Robinson highlights how racial prejudice pervades every aspect of society, including the legal system. Even though the evidence suggests that Robinson is innocent, he is convicted simply because of his race. This unjust verdict underscores the deep racial divisions in the United States during the time period the novel is set in, and serves as a powerful critique of systemic racism. The novel's title, To Kill a Mockingbird, is a metaphor for the destruction of innocence. In the story, mockingbirds represent innocence and goodness as they do no harm to others. Tom Robinson, an innocent man falsely accused of a crime, is compared to a mockingbird as his life is destroyed by racial prejudice. Boo Radley, too, can be seen as a mockingbird, an innocent figure who is misunderstood and isolated, yet who acts out of kindness to protect the children. In conclusion, To Kill a Mockingbird is a deeply powerful novel that explores the complexities of human nature, justice, and morality. It challenges readers to confront their own prejudices and consider the importance of empathy and standing up for what is right. Through the experiences of Scout Finch and her family, the novel paints a vivid picture of the racial injustices of the American South during the 1930s and offers timeless lessons about the need for compassion, fairness, and understanding in the face of prejudice.